But we must keep our focus solely on Amen, especially in this day and time. We have to keep our focus solely on Amen, nothing else, because everything else in this three-dimensional realm is poison. It is poison mentally. The Eve seeds have poisoned everything. They have poisoned the minds, the bodies, the souls of everyone within the three-dimensional realm. They have spiritualized them. Spiritualization of the soul is a poison, a Eve-seeded female poison. To turn the soul into spirit is a form of poisoning, because you are then trying to make that spiritual vibration, that open vessel for demonic possession, a regular thing. You see, now logic and rationale is out the window, and you just an open vessel for demonic possession. You know, emotions, feelings, like the humans. Again, that's the female Eve-seeded energy. Y'all follow where I'm going? I told you everything is connected. You got to always know that. There's no separation. It's all interconnected. You see, you have to look at it as one thing. Remember, I said we have to do away with the variables the other day, all the multiple choice and the multiple numbers, and all it could be this and it could be no, it cannot be this other. It's only one thing. It's the Eve seed. It's the Eve seeds. You see, and they're going to show up in many different forms. You see, they're going to show up in many different forms. They have shown up at our door, toward our community, with this Eve-seeded vibration. You see, it's going to show up in many forms. Keep that in mind. This is, what we're going to have to see as we make our way through the three-dimensional realm. We have to keep it moving. You see, we have to keep it moving. This is what we're going to see on our path toward the fourth dimension. This is what we will constantly see. And we must be aware of that. We must be aware that this path toward the fourth dimension is going to be a bumpy ride. But we have to trust in Amen, meaning trust in us, and focus on us, because the only trust we have is in Amen. That's it. The only trust we have is in us. And again, I don't put it in the hands of no spook God, because Amen is not no spook God, no unseen God. We ain't up here like no Israelites, Christians, or Muslims praying to some God to help us. No, we put the trust in us, in our children, in our seed, in our bloodline, in our focus to maintain or reestablish law and order in this realm, to bring the kingdom of Amen onto the earth, the kingdom of law, order, the kingdom of judgment, the order and the law of judgment, to put things right as it's supposed to be. See, that is what they don't want, because everything here is based in what? Wrong. Everything here in the three-dimensional realm is off. It's wrong. It's on an odd frequency. So what do you have to do? You have to push away from the odd frequency and push it on an even kill. You have to push it to an even kill. You have to make it balanced. When something is odd, you have to make it even. And when I say even, I don't mean equal. When I say even, I mean square center. Square center equals supremacy. Square center equals supremacy. The balance, the foundation, the solid ground, the foundation. The foundation must be even, not equal, even. You see? Now, people say when people do something to you, you say, I want to get even. You see, when people do something to you, you don't do nothing back. That's odd. That's off. There's always supposed to be a response for what people do. So unless there's a response, a high-level response to what people do, in response to what they do to you, then that means it's always going to be odd, never even. There's a whole lot of even coming, a whole lot of even foundation coming. Even is where you level up, when you level things up, when you balance things off, when you sit things right, because you can't build on a foundation where there is odd or crooked frequency. When things are off, you can't build on that. You can only build on that when it's even. And even represents what? One. One. Or what we call in the fourth dimension, which is really one. You see? One at a time. One at a time. Even. We have to get out of this odd frequency. And the only way to get out of this odd frequency is through this transmission. Because without this transmission, our minds would be we'd be trying to wrap our minds around this odd frequency that the beast is promoting. Because you don't know how many people are wrapping their mind around this odd frequency, especially this young generation, where they're going to think it's okay for so-called black men to be walking around wearing dresses and carrying purses and stuff like that. You know, I saw a big muscle-bound nigga with a damn woman's purse, carrying a woman's purse. My jaw almost dropped. He didn't even look like he was gay. He was carrying a woman's handbag. And I'm just like, you know, I didn't even think about it no more. I said, that's what this is. You see, you have to, in order, that's how the beast works. He has to, you know, put, you know, just, you know, ridiculous things. He has to put ridiculous things in your mind, post ridiculous things in your thought process. He has to post ridiculous things in your mind and your thought process to get you to accept it. You see, this is how he gets you to accept ridiculous things, by putting it in your mind, putting it in your face, getting what you see these so-called entertainers and celebrities, which are nothing but these people are nothing but a bunch of what I want to call them. They're nothing but a bunch of influencers now. That's all they're being used for. You so-called young niggas out here who rapping, don't nobody care about your goddamn rap music. All you niggas is being used for as influencers. Nobody care about what you niggas rapping about. You ain't talking about shit. You guys are being used as influencers now. That go for you actors, entertainers, sports figures. You guys are nothing but influencers now. That's what you're being paid to do, influence the masses, to promote that odd frequency, that matriarchal female energy. That's what you're being pushed to do.